In 30 minutes from right now, the federal chair, Jerome Powell, is going to come out and give his speech about what they plan on doing for interest rates in the United States. So today is going to be one of the craziest days for the market because we also have the Bank of England's decision and the Bank of Japan's decision on interest rates. And BlackRock is now saying that the Federal Reserve interest rate cuts will not be as deep as the market expects. And so we've seen expectations shift from 25 to 50 basis points, and now it's shifting back to 25 basis points. So there's going to be one of two decisions that Jerome Powell has to make. And this volatility, as expected, is hitting the crypto market with the majority of altcoins pulling back today. So in this video, we have to discuss what the Federal Reserve is about to do. We're going to talk about the US debt clock, a secret window coming out tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the US National Debt Clock.org. What does this mean for the 4-year market cycle theory for Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoin market? What has happened every single time this deep into the bull run after Bitcoin's halving? The CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, in a new clip on what he has to say about Bitcoin in the future. What is happening in the United States for total consumer debt and the reason why this matters to you. We're getting into the price chart for the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, what Coinbase is classifying XRP as, the XRP, the US dollar price chart, and a likely scenario to happen in the short term compared to what happened in the past, and how to position yourself properly so you can make the most amount of money possible this bull run. So comment 777 if you guys are feeling blessed. Comment 777 if you're feeling bullish, and if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, tap the like button, tap the subscribe button. As always, let's run it.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it.
All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So millions of baby boomers all across the country, even Gen Y and now Gen Z, are realizing what the Federal Reserve and the government has done, wasting taxpayer money, printing as much money as possible, and looking for a solution. So we're going to talk about the problem. We're also going to talk about the solution because today's press conference that's happening, right after this video is being uploaded. I'm recording this video obviously before the meeting, and so we're going to cover the effects on the markets, but I want to give you guys some data, some facts, and also my opinions of what's most likely to happen next, because this is the most important day in terms of the FOMC meetings that have happened over the past year or 2 years, because the Fed has paused rates for well over a year, and now this is going to be the first rate cut. So whether it's 25 or 50 basis points, what we need to look at is the stock market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average compared to the Fed funds rate in purple. And so what we're going through right now is this rising wedge in the Dow, and eventually this will come crashing down. Now, the real question is when, because a lot of people are expecting a crash, in 2025. Some people are expecting a crash this year. So when's the most likely scenario for a crash to happen, and how much higher will we go, and what's the impact this will have on the crypto market? So let's discuss it, because if you guys look since, really 2023, the Fed started pausing rates, and when they paused rates, we're seeing the market rally on out of here to form a new all-time high for the Dow, for the S&P 500, and the rest of the overall stock market. Whereas Bitcoin is lagging behind a little bit, experiencing a pullback. Bitcoin has been lagging behind the stock market. And if we look back to the past, when the Fed went from virtually zero, close to zero on rates, to raising rates from 2015 until 2018, when they paused rates, we saw the same thing happen, where we saw this rally for the Dow while they were pausing rates all the way up here. Now, here's what's interesting. If I zoom in on the chart for you guys and I show you what happened when their first rate cut took place right around the end of July of 2019, they dropped the Fed funds rate after pausing since December of 2018. And we saw a temporary crash in the Dow Jones Industrial Average of about 7% due to volatility, because a lot of the traders, they just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's the expectations, obviously, but you guys can see how expectations can change, with the CME Fed Watch tool. Like, this was 65 something percent expectations of a 50-point rate cut. Now it's 55% because the data is flipping based on what, like BlackRock saying, and other major institutions and major players in the financial space are saying. The real case in point here is that volatility is expected. So what I'm expecting is a short-term temporary crash in the markets, when the speech happens or after the speech happens, but then an ultimate inevitable recovery on out of there, even while they're adjusting rates, because the market then gets used to the expectations of what the Fed chair Jerome Powell says to come the next few meetings. And so there's, I think, like 7 or 8 expectations of rate cuts over the next several meetings over the next year. And so it'll look something along the lines of this, of what happened back from like July 2019 until 2020. The real question is, will the Fed be able to pull off a soft landing, or will they have to rapidly cut rates even quicker in response to recession fears? Because the real fear here is if the Fed is cutting rates in response to a recession, and right now the Fed is cutting rates because inflation is almost down to their target of 2%, even though they're behind the curve a little bit. But the real key that we saw here happen when the Fed first cut rates, there was initial shock, followed by a rally for a period of 189 days after that, until they drastically had to cut rates in response to, COVID and the pandemic from February to March. And then we saw the real major crash in the market take place of 30+%. And it was quick, it was temporary. It wasn't like the crash that happened back in 2007 to 2009, or even, the dot-com bubble boom crash. And so the last time that the Fed cut rates, we saw initial shock in the market, followed by another rally up, and then just a slow bleed out until eventually we fell off a shelf to the bottom of March of 2009. So what I'm expecting to happen, initial shock, initial sell-off in the market, where that 7%, 5%, 10%, we'll see for the Dow, and then an inevitable recovery in a rally and a parabolic blow off top. And so obviously this isn't financial advice. You should consult your financial advisor. Investing in the markets, whether it's stocks or crypto, is risky. These videos are purely for educational, informational purposes only. I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell anything. I'm just going to bring you the facts and the news so you can do your own research. But I would expect there to be initial shock in the market, followed by a parabolic blow off top to end this macro bull run, and then ultimately an inevitable economic meltdown, and for us to go into a crash leading into the tail end of 2025, 2026. And that will bleed into the crypto market, both positive and negative. So in terms of the short term and the midterm, it would be positive. I mean, if we zoom out over the past month, a lot of these projects are still up over the past year. You can see, tons of projects up, 300%, 500%, 200%, 1,000%, some upwards of 5,000 or 7,000% if you're dealing in the meme coin market. So when the Fed cuts rates this meeting, and then we wait until the next meeting, then we will see what the expectations are for another rate cut, and it'll look something like this. And then we'll see if the Fed has to drastically cut rates, similar to what happened back here in response to some, economic crisis in the markets. And so this is where I expect a parabolic blow off top. And the reason why is because the market is going to price in the fact that loans are going to be cheaper, money's going to be cheaper. The Fed is going to start adding to their balance sheet again. And also the US debt clock is out of control. And every single time that we hit the debt ceiling, Janet Yellen comes out, urges Congress to raise the ceiling. They raise it every single time. And when the ceiling gets raised, along with monetary M2, global liquidity increasing, it's the perfect storm for a parabolic blow off top, but it will end poorly, and you have to position yourself early, because if you position yourself late, when markets really start going parabolic, or if, I don't want to say when, because nothing's guaranteed here, if we just see the market start to melt down with the rate cuts, and we're at the top of the bull run right now, well, then it's virtually over for everyone. There's no money to be made in the stock market unless you're shorting, and this would bleed into the crypto market as well too. So it's been a fun run. Nice knowing you guys. We're all going to be going back to McDonald's getting a job, but I don't think the party is over just yet, and here's why.
Notice you've got this right now. You passed out, and I actually got one in the mail from you. I love it. Tell us a little bit about your debt clock right here and how serious this really is. It's really not even believable. It's way beyond anyone's comprehension of what the federal government's done to our country. Well, tell us about your clock and what it does.
Well, and you're presuming they're thinking more than 3 months ahead.
Yeah.
And I don't think they are, but that's why I created the debt clock, to try to get them to think more than 3 months ahead. I'm an electrical engineer by training, and I haven't been able to put my degree to immediate use in Congress. But when we were in the minority about 15 months ago, and I had a little time on my hands, I sat down and wrote 1,500 lines of code roughly to make this thing work, and designed a case. And I would wear this every day that I am in Congress.
And every day the debt continues to climb higher. We're at 35.3 trillion. This will go over 36. This will go over 40 trillion. And eventually it'll reach over $50 trillion, by 2030, potentially even sooner. And so as debt continues to climb, well, what are they doing with all of that money? As credit card debt increases, consumer spending is through the roof. People can't pay back their debts. Well, they're taking all of your taxpayer dollars and they're sending it overseas. Not all of it, but a big chunk of that. United States announced it's sending another $717 million to Ukraine in economic and humanitarian assistance for Ukraine, including $325 million in energy support to help repair and restore power facilities hit by Russian strikes. The package also includes $290 million in humanitarian help and $102 million for demining work. So this is completely reckless. Rather than all of that money going back into making America great and making it a better country, it's going to another country. And so this is why the crypto market has been historically doing well, not only over the past year, but over the past decade. According to history, the Bitcoin bull market should be starting in about 15 to 20 days before we really start to see the craziest price action, because we've been consolidating for over 150 days. And remember, there's only two types of markets we can be in: a ranging market and a trending market. We're either ranging sideways, where it's boring, that's what's been happening, or we're trending up, or we're trending down. Now, based on history, according to the facts, Lark Davis posted this saying that in 2020, Bitcoin moved sideways for 160 days post-halving before going parabolic. While history may not repeat exactly, it often rhymes, and here's why. The Fed is expected to cut interest rates after this video. The election, which is historically a bullish event, is just 49 days away. China is about to start printing truckloads of money. Global liquidity is soaring. The stablecoin market cap is at an all-time high, and fresh liquidity is on the sidelines getting ready to enter the crypto market for stablecoins. We're about to get stablecoin regulation towards the end of this year. Ripple is coming out with their stablecoin. Everything is lining up perfectly for a massive bull run this cycle. So yes, there are the fears of the inverted yield curve and how the Fed cutting rates, causes the yield curve to go back into the positive and ultimately the market crashing alongside that happening. But this is why we look at the charts, because we are right here. So I hope you like potassium, because Bitcoin is primed to enter the banana zone. And so every single cycle after Bitcoin's halving, we see a consolidation pattern take place. It obviously looks different every single time, but we're very, very close to 160 days post Bitcoin's halving. So even if the markets trend lower upon this news and see a flash crash or even a black swan event with war news with Russia, well, institutions like BlackRock are going to gobble up that dip, and they're going to buy your crypto that you sell out, because they already know what's about to happen before it even happens.
As you know, I was a skeptic. Yes. I was a proud skeptic. And I studied it, learned about it, and I came away saying, okay, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong. Here's my opinion today. This is what I believe in today. I believe the opportunity today. I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I think a lot of people are missing that.
I couldn't agree more. I changed my mind about it when you did. You had been my thinking. It was like, you don't believe it, so I can't believe it. I want to thank Larry Fink for the message of optimism.
Thanks.
And also for a great quarter. Larry Fink is the co-founder, chairman, and CEO of BlackRock, I think the most important investment company in the world.
So if you got the CEO of one of the largest investment companies in the world saying this, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep saying that. And if you have consumer credit debt jumping to 25.5 billion in July and reach a new all-time high of 5.1 trillion. This is marking the largest jump since November 2022 and the 11th straight month increase. Total consumer debt has doubled in 14 years. Revolving debt, which includes credit cards, jumped by 10.6 billion and also hit a record of 1.4 trillion dollars. Non-revolving credit rose by 14.8 billion and is just 2 billion below the peak in January of 3.7 trillion. Meanwhile, the share of credit card debt delinquencies soared to 9.1%, the highest level in 12 years. The debt mountain is collapsing. And so we're nearing a make or break moment for the crypto market, especially altcoins. If we look at total 3, we're still off from the all-time high and we're down from the high of March, seeing lower highs being formed. And we see this horizontal support right here. And so when Jerome Powell comes out and gives this speech, if we see a flash crash in the market, like I said in yesterday's video and the video before that, I expected a rally into the meeting, and that's what we saw from, the 6th of September until, the 15th of September, even until today. We're seeing a pullback right now because people are taking some profits on that rally. And depending on what Jerome Powell says and the forecast of the future and the tone in which he gives that speech will really determine if this is correct here. Again, I could be wrong and we could start breaking out, but I'm expecting a crash down within this zone right here and a bounce from this zone after that. And the market will start to price in the expectations for the future. And the real question is, if we can break this descending resistance right here and we start to see the market break out going into October, November, and December, then ultimately I think that's where the recovery will start. Now, if we don't do that and we get rejected and we just struggle and we hang out around this support right here and we don't see a break of this descending resistance, then the bears would have full control and inevitably there would be a liquidity flush to the downside, in my opinion, before we really start to make a recovery on out of here. And that would be sticky over the next few months because this type of event would be based on some war news. This would be based on unemployment data spiking, the yield curve inversion flipping positive. So this isn't out of the question, guys. I know that this isn't what you want to see. I know we want the markets to just recover on out of here and start doing this and have parabolic green candles, similar to what we saw happen right here at the tail end of 2020 going into 2021 before we saw that parabolic blow off top. We don't want to be going through something like this that we went through from 2019 to 2020 where the markets try and make a recovery, inevitably fail, try and make a recovery, black swan event, and then start working our way on out of here, because that would be grueling, that would be painful, and that would be something that would shake out a lot of newbies in the market. But if we see something like that happen and we see the markets dip even lower and come back down to like the $400 billion level to back test, these levels right here that acted as support all the way back in the 25th of January of this year and acted as resistance back here in August of 2022. If we tap these levels going into election, I'm going to be deploying way more capital in the crypto market, because you don't make money buying high and selling low. You make money by buying low, selling high. So regardless of whatever happens, because virtually nobody knows, if we break this descending resistance and we start to form the breakout right now towards the tail end of this month, October, November, December, then millions of people are going to be FOMOing in on the way up, which is a terrible investment strategy. The smartest investors have been accumulated all the way since the bottom. I was accumulating all the way down here. I was accumulating right here. I'm accumulating right now, because regardless of whatever happens in the short term, I don't care, because I know what's going to happen in the long term over the next few decades. And one of the biggest things that we need to look at is what major companies like Coinbase, big exchanges like Robinhood, and financial leaders and companies like BlackRock are doing. For example, Coinbase classified XRP as a store of value. Why would they do that if XRP wasn't going to be around long term? So in the short term, it's kind of iffy because of the Fed meeting, but in the long term, XRP is going to be one of the major market players. Now, in the short term, I talked about this several videos ago, and what we're seeing right here is XRP hovering around the 55 to 60 cent region at the upper echelon of this descending resistance in this macro symmetrical triangle right here. But there is a warning that I have for you guys, just simply based on the weekly stochastic RSI. If we look back in the past, we can see when the K line and the D line was above 80, and we saw a bearish cross take place where the K line crossed below the D line, the blue line right here on the left-hand side of the screen, crossed below the orange line above 80, that signaled that momentum was shifting over from bullish momentum to bearish momentum for a final back test of these previous levels that XRP was at all the way back in May of 2016, April of 2016, and even September of 2016 for a final shakeout event before XRP went parabolic. Now, this would be a scenario that I am personally expecting. So I do expect XRP to do well long term, but I talked about how what I would expect to happen, because on the right-hand side of the screen, we saw a bearish cross take place at the end of July, and the stochastic RSI is trending downwards. Now the K line is at 73, the D line is at 72. So this confirmed a bearish cross, and the price is struggling to break out right now. Now that doesn't mean that the price can't break out. It definitely could, because anything's possible, but I'm talking about the most likely case scenario based on math, probabilities, and also based on the past as well too. Because on the left-hand side of the screen, we saw the stochastic RSI trend down. We saw a final shakeout event. We saw a back test of this previous level of support. And so what that would look like for XRP, if we see a flash crash in the rest of the market, we see Bitcoin sell off to the downside with Jerome Powell's speech, and we see the market shake out, then XRP could come back down to the lower 40-cent region, 42 cents, even come back down to this ascending support right here to backtest it and hover at this level right here before we see a breakout leading into 2025. So in my opinion, there is still time to accumulate XRP, because if we see a sell-off in the market and the bears gain full control in the short term, the stochastic RSI will most likely come down. But I'm going to be making videos virtually every single day and showing you guys where we are on key indicators compared to the price chart and also compared to the past. And then this just presents the best buying opportunity possible, because imagine getting Amazon back in the early 2000s at 50 cents or $1. Look at what happened to Amazon from 2000 to 2008. It was extremely volatile. I mean, it went from all the way to $5, dropping all the way down to 31 cents, looking kind of like XRP's chart, right? And then it consolidated for a period of time of about 1,295 days, broke out. Then we saw the subprime mortgage crash in 2008, all the way down to $1.69. Imagine accumulating Amazon right here while the rest of the world was freaking out and panicking. If you bought Amazon in 2008 and you held and you were able to accumulate it, let's just say $2, even if you bought right here, all the way back at this high in 2003, that was pretty much the levels that it was at when it dipped down for this low. Well, where is Amazon today after that breakout took place, and after George Bush started issuing quantitative easing to try and save the stock market, save the economy? That's when the real debt spiral started to happen, and the debt clock went out of control to now over $35 trillion. Well, where is Amazon? $186 16 years later. If you just hold cash in a bank account due to inflation, you would be absolutely wrecked. Your retirement would be virtually nothing right now, versus over that period of time, you'd be up nearly 10,000% in Amazon stock. Now, the stock market is not as parabolic as the crypto market. And when XRP moves, it moves fast, and you virtually have no time to prepare, because we see these massive green candles come in over the course of 1 to 2 weeks. And so the longer that XRP stays at these price levels, the better, because that just gives all of us the most amount of time to accumulate. So a lot of people have asked me, what is my number one way to earn massive crypto rewards this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage of the market cycle? Well, if you go to xrpl.to, you guys will see a lot of different altcoin projects listed on the XRP ledger, and virtually nobody knows about this, nor is anyone really paying attention to it right now, because the price of XRP has been suppressed during the entire Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. But over the next few years, as Ripple and XRP gets more traction, a lot of the projects on the XRP ledger are going to gain a lot of attention. And one of my buddies showed me a project on the XRP ledger that is the first play to earn game on XRP where you're able to earn crypto rewards simply for playing the game. Now, if you guys want to see what that game is, what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below this video. All you have to do is click more when you scroll down, and it'll show get started here. It'll take you to a page that looks like this. You simply just register, create a free account. You enter in your username, your email address, your password, and then your gender. And then you just click sign up at the bottom, and it's going to take you into the back office of the members area. Now, I want to explain really quick the benefit of playing this game to earn crypto rewards, because the coolest part about the game is the ticker of the altcoin is literally called crypto. It's a micro cap, very, very tiny project that virtually nobody knows about right now. And one of my buddies showed me this game, and I'm already earning about 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP. But there's no guarantee that you're going to earn 10 crypto per day or 1,000 XRP per day because your results are obviously going to vary playing the game depending at what level you come in at. So I want to be very clear that results aren't typical, and this is just purely for fun to see what happens for the rest of this bull run as the XRP ledger gains more adoption. So once you've created your free account through the link in the description below, the next thing that you're going to need is an XRP wallet. Now, the best wallet online right now is the Zaman wallet, and it's the largest and most secure XRP custodial cold storage wallet. So it's also a mobile app on your phone where you get your private keys for the wallet, but the best for holding XRP. And this is what you're going to need to be able to play the game to earn crypto rewards. So again, below this video, you're going to see a tutorial video right here that breaks down exactly how to set up your wallet, how to be able to fund it with XRP so you can start playing the game, and everything in between. So after you've created your free community account and you have your XRP wallet, the next step is to log in to the back office of your account. And at the top, you're going to see these 4 little icons right here. You simply click this. You go to My DGP, you scroll down, and then you click Purchase Combo. In the bottom left, you're going to click this little plus icon, so it shows 1 combo pack. Click these little 3 boxes right here, and then you purchase with your XRP wallet. And then all you need to do is open up your Zaman wallet on your phone, click this little icon right here at the bottom, and then you simply scan the code on the screen. It's going to pop up. Right now, it's 5,000 XRP to get your digital game pieces to be able to play the game and earn crypto rewards. And I'm going to show you the game in a little bit and how awesome it is because the founder of this dumped millions of dollars in development into this game and has been working on it since 2020. So this is hands down the best play to earn game to earn crypto rewards on the XRP ledger. So I spent about 15,000 XRP on my digital game pieces because I want to be able to maximize the game. And so far, just recently, I'm earning 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP per day. So you can do the math over the course of a month on what those rewards will look like. And I can swap crypto for XRP. So I'm just going to keep stacking my digital game pieces to maximize my crypto rewards, because you also have to take into account that crypto is the in-game currency. So as more people start catching on to the XRP ledger and they start playing the game to earn rewards, then the popularity of the crypto token will increase. So obviously there's no guarantees of any profits here, but you do not want to miss out on this as more people start learning about XRP over the next few years. So all I'm going to do to get my digital game pieces is slide to accept on my XRP wallet, and it says the payment was submitted successfully. Now all I'm going to do is refresh the page. I go to my DGP assets, that simply stands for digital game pieces, and you're going to see I got 1 Cryptopian, a crypto land, a box, a key, a vial, and a crystal. So I'm simply just going to click claim on each of these. I'm going to open my Zaman wallet again. I'm going to click this icon right here to scan the code on the screen, and I'm just going to slide to accept. And as soon as I've claimed my digital game piece, I'm going to click reveal, and it shows me what class this is in. And one of the coolest parts about this game is each of the digital game piece reveals are random, so you could get between a level 1 to a level 10. So I'm going to click claim to reveal the land now, and then I just scan the code and slide to accept on my XRP wallet. And it just shows this little countdown thing right here as it reveals which land I have. So as you can see, that was a level 1 land. You guys might get a different level. On a previous pack, I got a level 9. And depending on the level that you get determines the crypto rewards that you earn daily. Now, after you've revealed your digital game pieces to be able to play the game to start earning crypto rewards, in the top of your back office, you click the icon right here with the 4 squares. Then you simply click the game. And then you click the button on the center of the screen that says enter the game. And then you're going to see several in-game actions here like rent, mine, thieve, govern, rule, enhance, and bank. So depending on which avatar you got will determine whether you mine, you thieve, you govern, or you rule. And then for your land, you can collect rent on your land every single day in crypto, which is awesome. So in this case, I would click on thieve, click continue. So underneath available, I simply select my Cryptopian. I select the duration in days. In this case, it'd be 1. And then I click this little icon right here. It's going to pop up this, and it shows me the daily production. In this case is 0.4 crypto tokens. So depending on when you're watching this video, crypto might be at a different price. Right now it's at about $53. So all you need to do is confirm the action, and it's going to say it's processed successfully. And then it's underneath active, and it has a countdown timer right here in terms of time remaining until it goes back into the available section again. So you can see 23 hours and 59 minutes. Now, once this is done, my crypto balance is going to top up with an extra 0.4. Right now it's at about 44.39. And if I go back to the main page and I click on rent and click continue, you can see that I have an available land that I can collect rent on. So I simply select the land. I select the amount of days that I want it to collect rent, 1 day, 3 days, or 7 days. So this can be as passive or as active as you want, but I'm gonna click this icon right here. It's gonna pop up and it's gonna show me the daily production. And then I just confirm the action. Now you can see underneath active, I have a level 1, level 4, level 8, and a level 9. And then it shows me the time remaining on each of these land pieces that are collecting rent right now. In crypto rewards, which is awesome. And so at the bottom of the screen right here, you can see crypto total net. That's about 14.96 crypto tokens. So let's just round that up to 15. And if I were to swap 15 crypto for XRP, it's about 1,554 XRP. Now that's obviously not a guarantee that you're going to earn the same amount of crypto tokens, because as you can see, I have more pieces of land here because I decided to purchase more packs because I want to be able to stack up the amount of crypto tokens I earn over time throughout the rest of this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage. So I'm just going to continue to stack crypto tokens, playing this game for fun, because as more attention gets drawn over to the XRP ledger, I can see more and more users playing crypto land for fun every single day to earn crypto rewards. So again, all you need to do right now to get started is go into the link in the description below this video, create your account. Once you have your Zamin XRP wallet and you've loaded it with XRP, following the tutorial below, then in the back office, you click the icon at the top, you click My DGP, and then you purchase your combo pack to be able to reveal your digital game pieces. So you can buy one or you can buy multiple right now, because the more combo packs that you get, the more pieces of land that you're going to be able to collect rent on each and every single day. And then if you choose to get the crypto token on the secondary market, that's up to you. Or you can just play the game for fun to be able to earn crypto rewards like I'm doing right now. So once the time expires on each of these active pieces of land, I'm going to collect all of the rent in crypto, and it's going to top up my balance right here where you can see 44. So check it out. I know you guys are going to absolutely love it. And again, we're going to have a tutorial as well too on some different strategies, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, to be able to maximize this game. That way you can benefit the entire bull run as XRP explodes. So all you need to do right now is click the links below. If you go to bullrunners.com, you're also going to get early alerts on explosive altcoins, daily market analysis videos for breaking news updates like this, and you'll discover our best ways to be able to maximize the crypto land game to earn the most amount of crypto rewards this entire bull run. Because together, we believe that the spending power of the dollar is just going to keep going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies have been going up in value over the past decade. That's the truth, and together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the links below. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.